So hey guys, welcome back to my channel and tech channel ATC. Today is the first lecture of a new course I'm starting on SwiftUI. So if you don't know what is SwiftUI, SwiftUI is a programming language built with Swift to create apps for iPadOS, macOS, tvOS, iOS and watchOS. So basically it's a core programming language which you can learn and create apps for the whole Apple ecosystem. So the devices work together and you can make your app also to work simultaneously on each device. So basically before we used a language called Objective-C. So it was a very old language and it was based on C. As you know, C is not that easy to use and it was less useful. So then Apple introduced Swift. So it was a modern programming language which changed everything. It made it a little bit easier for developers to create and build apps. Then finally at 2019, Apple introduced SwiftUI with iOS 13, which made developers create apps very useful, very less complicated and very easy. So you can just write 10 lines of code and there you go, your basic app is ready. So that's easy is SwiftUI. So without any further ado, let's get started. So welcome back. Let me show you my screen now so we can begin with Xcode. So here, as you can see, I've already installed Xcode and opened it. You can also install it from the App Store. So just open App Store, go to the developed section in the App Store. You should see the developed section in the App Store here, as you can see. Click on it and it will then show you all the developer apps which you need to use to develop apps for the Apple ecosystem. So here, as you can see, you have found Xcode, or you can just search here. So after you've downloaded Xcode, it might take a lot of time because it's 11 GB, and make sure you have extra space for your projects as well. So once you open Xcode for the first time, you might not see this sidebar because you haven't created any recent projects. Then click on create a new Xcode project to create one. So here we go. Here we are having a window. So this is the template window where you should select the template. For example, here we are having multi-platform. To create one app for multiple platforms, for example macOS, iPadOS and iOS, we are having the same app. Or if you want to create the app for specifically iOS, for specifically iPhone, because of some kind of functionality which is not available in other devices, you can just choose iOS and click on app. So here also we are having so many different types of app. You can create a game, augmented reality app, Swift, playground apps and more. Even in macOS we are having so many options as well. So let's continue with iOS app. And here in the product name, let me just type my first app. There we go. And inside team, select your team. If you haven't logged in by Apple ID in Xcode, make sure you log in. You should just there will be a button or some kind of inside the drop down. You should just click on a button. Then you should sign in with your Apple ID and then choose your team and just continue. So here in the organization identifier, make sure you put here something like ion.co.con, something like that. And make sure inside the interface you choose SwiftUI, not Storyboard. SwiftUI and language is Swift because Objective-C is deprecated. Click on next and create. Okay, replace. Okay, it might take a while depending upon how old or new is your Mac. So now, after it gets created, you will be presented with a basic SwiftUI template, which is very basic. It just says hello world with the text in it, and let's wait while it loads. So here, as you can see, our project has successfully loaded. So let me just take you over the overview of the Xcode. So here we are having the navigation bar in which you can navigate to your project. For example, this file, and we are having here the assets folder where you can dump in like your images, videos, and audio files. And then here we are having the content view, which is the main view of our app. Then we are having the app name, the Swift file. Here is the main file which handles the window group and everything. So the main file we are going to be focusing on while creating an app is the content view.swift. Here only, as you can see here, we are having the main UI code like image, text, and all. So you can just hide this bar by pressing this button. And here we are also having a bar on the right hand side. So for example, you can just change the the modifiers of anything. For example, here we are having a text. So if I select the text and click on it, here as you can see, it shows me like what is the text showing, what should the text show. Let me just see. Okay, there we go. Okay, yeah, now you can see it properly. So now I can change the things from here. For example, instead of showing hello world right here, I can just change it to Ayan Khan, and it will just show Ayan Khan instead of hello world. As you can see, it will change here in the code as well. Okay, let me just type that again. If I remove hello world and type Ayan, this changed to bye. And now if I just press enter, here as you can see in the code it has changed to Ayan, and even in the preview here it has changed to Ayan. So that's how this sidebar works. You can even change the font. For example, title, here as you can see it added a modifier to it, font.title, and there we go. So make sure, just a reminder, if you don't know Swift, make sure to learn it, because in this course I'm not going to be covering Swift. I'm just going to be covering SwiftUI. As you can see, the font automatically changed here. Now let me just delete this code and explain you what's going on here. Now here as you can see, let me just type something like that. Okay, let's keep this for a moment. Okay, so here as you can see, import SwiftUI. So we are importing SwiftUI into our code. Then we are creating a app page. So we are creating a page named content view, and also we are defining it here and also here in the main Swift file. Then we are having a structure inside called var body some view. So this is the main view inside which we are going to be putting the code, the UI code. Okay, then we are having vstack. So what is a stack? So in SwiftUI, stacks are used to align items. For example, vstacks aligns them vertically, then headstack aligns them horizontally, and zstack aligns them upon each other. So for example, here in vstack, as you can see, it aligns them vertically. If I just put it to headstack, as you can see, I haven't changed anything inside it. What it will do is just align it horizontally whatever the items are placed here. So if you wait a little while it loads, yeah, as you can see, it has aligned them horizontally instead of vertically. Then if we name it zstack, it will align the items upon each other. So most of the time we'll be using headstack and vstack, not zstack, because we don't want to align items upon each other most of the time. So as you can see, it aligned it upon each other. So yeah, now let's move to the UI elements. So for example, what if I don't use a stack? So if I just for example put a text here and hello world, and there we go. So I just put a text there. So as you can see, it says hello world. But what if I put another text here, this covenant, and so let me just name this Ayan. Now instead of putting it like in the vertical, horizontal, or upon each other, as you can see, it creates two different pages instead of one. So here in this content view, it will be as you can see, it says hello world, but in different app page it should show Ian. So I don't want that. I don't want a user to navigate to this page to see that text, to this page to see that element. So what I want to do is display the elements in just one place. So to do that, we use tags. For example, I want to align names. For example, I have some names, I need to align them vertically. So what I'll do is use vstack, and inside that I'll put text. So for example, if I put Ayan Khan, okay, there we go. Now same, I'll put another text here, name Gauss Khan, and then another one, name Nazima Khan. Okay, there we go. Nazima Khan, and there we go. So instead of putting it inside the separate views, it will just put it inside one view. So instead of navigating to each page, the user will be able to see the whole elements in just one page. Okay, as you can see, that another page has magically disappeared, and now we are just having one page named content view. Inside that, we are able to align these items, as you can see, Ayan Khan, Gauss Khan, which are appearing in just one page. But if I want to align them horizontally, head stack, horizontal, okay, there. It might take a while. Okay, as you can see, it aligns them horizontally. And if I put Z stack here, and it will align them upon each other. Okay, as you can see, that's a mess. So that's why I'm telling we use vstack and head stack most of the time. Now we can also use stacks inside each other. For example, here I have this three text aligned vertically. Now what if I want them to also align horizontally? So inside vstack, I'll use a head stack. So I'm doing it inside vstack. As you can see, I am inside here, and inside vstack I'm putting a head stack, and now I am putting this three text. Now here it will still align them vertically, but after this, as you can see, it aligns them horizontally. And then if I put Z stack and then put this video there, okay, as you can see, after aligning them horizontally, it will align them upon each other. So yeah, so even as you can see, there's no spacing between these. So to add some spacing, you can either use this thing called padding, or also this you can just use spacer, and there we go. So you don't need to put some parameters there, it will automatically create spacing there. So most of the time we don't use spacer, we most of the time use padding, because as you can see, it just puts so much spacing around them. Okay, if you see here, you can't even see other text because it's fully down. So what you need to do is, let me just add spacer one more time, but this time up and then down also. Okay, there we go. And then between H and Z stack, and there we go. So it will be now kind of organized because of spacer. As you can see, here we are having few space, then the V stack, then space, then the head stack, then space, then the Z stack. So yeah, that's how stack work, and that's how to leave spacing on your app. So in the next lecture, we'll be going more deep into the SwiftUI, like buttons, text fields, keyboard, and yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.